Alright, this is Block 2, Section 3, The Maine Explodes. In early 1898, Spain promised Cuba autonomy. Not independence, but autonomy. However, by this time, that was not enough for the Cubans. President McKinley had dispatched this battleship, this is the USS Maine, had dispatched the USS Maine to Havana Harbor to kind of protect American lives and property in Cuba as things between the Spanish and Cubans were really coming to a head. On the 15th of February, 1898, the USS Maine exploded. And of course, as you can imagine, American expansionists who were in favor of annexing Cuba, the Americans, people who were in favor of going to war with Spain, obviously blamed Spain. They said Spain blew up the Maine with a mine. The yellow press, as you can see, this is a great example of yellow journalism, played this to the hilt, screaming headlines. Maine. See if I get a bigger one. There we go. I don't know what the heck that is. There we go. And if you could see this broadsheet from, this is from the New York Journal. They have a picture, and if this was a good picture, you could see down here, they showed how the mine was stuck to the sea floor underneath the Maine. Destruction of the Maine was the work of an enemy. $50,000 rewards offered by the newspaper to the criminals who sent 258 American sailors to their death. Naval officers unanimous that the ship was destroyed on purpose. This cannot obviously be true. They could not have asked every single naval officer in the United States. Believed to be a weapon used against the American man of war, officers and men tell thrilling stories of being blown into the air amid a mass of shattered steel and exploding shells. This sells newspapers. You want to buy this newspaper and read about these thrilling stories. The Journal sends divers to Havana to report upon the condition of the wreck. The newspaper is sending more people to report on it more. Was the vessel anchored over a mine? The Maine explodes, and American public opinion does also. America wants war with Spain. 258 sailors are dead. They are still not giving Cubans the freedom that America wants the Cubans to have. War fever burns in the United States. President McKinley and some business leaders who are afraid of disruption to business. Let's have a picture of President McKinley. He was a Civil War veteran. President at the turn of the 20th century. One of 4 American presidents to be assassinated. There's McKinley. There he is. McKinley did not want war. McKinley knew war. He was a soldier in the Civil War, and he fought his way through and survived a lot of bloody battles. And he was known to say that, you know, the people who are screaming for war don't know war like I know war. And if they knew war like I knew war, McKinley said, they would not be clamoring for war like they are. Congress threatened to go to war over the president's head. Remember, Congress has the ability to declare war, and that would be very embarrassing if Congress declared war and the president did not agree to it. Finally, in 1898, in April, McKinley bowed to what his nation wanted and asked Congress for the authority, and this is how he put it, he asked Congress for the authority to use armed force to secure peace in Cuba. The Teller Amendment had already said that the Americans had no desire to annex Cuba, but by April 1898, because of all this yellow journalism, the concentration policy, the Delome letter, and finally the explosion of the USS Maine, the United States was at war with Spain. It was the first time the United States had been at war with a European power since the War of 1812, 85 years earlier.